and thank you for tuning in to the Yvonne McCombs show. Today I have my bro. Yay!
Hey now.
How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on, Yvonne.
You're welcome, and thank you for agreeing. Because if you didn't agree, then you wouldn't be here.
It is so true. Very true.
Yeah. So let's get on in. So 3 o'clock in the morning. I thought
Yeah.
I had your interview all together. 3 o'clock, God woke me up with another scripture, which can be found in Psalm 34:8, which is the NLT version that reads, "Taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, the joys of those who take refuge in him."
Mm,
And so I thought that was appropriate because you are a chef. You have
right.
your own catering company, Krafted Culture.
Yes.
Let me just share some more things that I found about Mr. Coop, you all. So, Mr. Coop, the chef, he has a love of food, which was passed on by his grandmother, Miss Ellen Lucille.
Ellen
You've always
Lucille.
enjoyed creating new flavors and providing gourmet foods. You have a heart to serve and enjoyed helping others. You went to RCC Culinary Academy and you learned from
Yeah.
CIA chefs, and then you started Crafted Culture and been strong for 6 strong years. That
Yeah.
is excellent. Could you even begin to fathom
Oh.
you being
Oh
here
gosh.
today?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's been a long journey. Super long journey. Almost 7.5. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
Wow.
while. So yeah, a long journey for sure.
So take me back to when you were in school and the thought or vision came of you opening up your own catering company.
Good God. So I was in school. I applied for to be a new student, and the way that they do it, it's very random, very random. So it's not like, hey, I want to sign up to be a chef or in the industry. They go through like a poll. So it took me about 6 months to get in. So when I finally got in, I got into like kind of like a NBA draft, and they have an NBA draft or like a lottery. They have a lottery
Wow.
balls going around, and if you're one of the top 30, then you're in. So I got down to pick 13. We were in a room about 60 people, and they called my name. Literally, when they called my name, I heard the voice of God saying, "It's going to cost you." Like it's
Whoa.
going to cost me. And at the same time, I heard it was a song at the time. It's still well known. Mally Music's done it. Crowder. Oh, he loves us. Oh, how. And I just
Yeah.
started weeping. Like this is going back to 2010, 2011. I just started weeping. Like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. This is what I want, Lord. But I know it's going to cost me. So going through the academy, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the industry by itself is hard, but going through
Yeah.
the academy is tough too. I was privileged to have certain instructors who had one opened up his own culinary academy in the
Uh,
Bay Area, another one who was a master sculptor, another one was a master baker, another one that had been to the CIA, which stands for the Culinary Institute of America. They have one in Napa Valley, and they also have one in New York. Among others, but he was a student as a young adult, and he was also a teacher. So it was
wow.
remarkable to have that kind of education all within a quote unquote junior college. So
Yeah.
a lot of my friends and associates who were in the industry already, they said you can go to the AIs, art institutes, you can go to the Cordon Blues. They're great, but you're paying more than what you really need to. So they said, go to a good JC or community college. And that's what I found at Riverside City College. The academy has been so great to me.
Oh,
Going through the course, I mean, we all go through trials and tribulations, but I went through it, renting a room in the Inland Empire, going through what two cars in the span of a year dying on me,
oh,
finding out I had no financial aid access, not
oh.
having the proper tools or chef clothes to go through the first couple semesters, but I didn't let that stop me. I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot more to it.
Mhm.
But it was amazing. It was amazing. I didn't even go straight through the program, honestly. To be totally transparent, I
Yeah.
went through the first semester because there's 3 semesters, so it's a year program. I went through the first semester, passed. The second semester, didn't pass, and that was a gut check. So I'm thinking to myself, wait, is it over already, God? Like you said,
Hmm.
it would cost me, but I don't know. So I took about 3 months because at the time of a semester off, the chef told me that I may be able to get back in, but he can't promise anything. At the time, I thought I was giving my best, but I wasn't. I just wasn't.
Hmm.
So I was working in the industry still, restaurants and things like that. I got back into the program and I was full steam ahead. I made sure I gave my 100% before class started, after class started. They saw this face. They knew I was about it. Yeah, they knew I was about it.
Yeah.
And even too with it, I mean, the same thing you can do at work, same thing you can do at school, share your faith. So they knew who I was. I was definitely going ahead and share my faith. If I could pray for somebody, I would. If I can go ahead and speak life into somebody, I would. But I'd
Yeah.
make sure that I was just being obedient to being that vessel for God, you know? So
Yeah.
so it was good. The culinary, I made a lot of friendships and connections. And then when I finished, I said, you know what? Like I don't know how to do it, but I want my own business.
Yeah.
So I just I prayed and I was waiting on God, and I said, I want this name to speak. I don't want to pick something that's about me, because for myself, I feel that, and even to say this sounds braggy or braggadocious. If I can go back to my hip hop days, I feel like I'm one of the most humblest people you may know. But even to
Yeah.
say you're humble could seem prideful. So, like, I just try to have a spirit of humbleness in everything
Right.
I do.
Right.
So then God told me, like, in my mind, the name Crafted Culture. You're gonna craft the culture. You're gonna go ahead and adjust what is right now. You're gonna go
Oh.
ahead and inspire people. So Crafted Culture came, and I mean, it's been a journey since.
And that's awesome. So I'm looking on your page, I'm reading your reviews, and there's a couple of words that kept sticking out because you are definitely crafting a culture. So people say Coop is generous. You're a server. People are saying great things about you, Coop. I found these on the internet. People are talking. They're saying you're generous. You're a server. You're patient. You're a great chef. You're dope. You're excellent. You're an artist. You're amazing. You're humble. You have integrity. And that word, out of all those words, integrity stuck out so much to me. And so then it had me read your philosophy. Your
Hmm.
philosophy said food should look good, taste good, ultimately be sourced and cooked with integrity. So,
Right.
out of all things, why did you choose integrity?
I think that character speaks volumes, and I mean, I could give someone the best service. I could go ahead and tell somebody a truth, and I can go ahead and illustrate that kind of person that I am. But until you know someone's character, you really don't know. Until you know what someone believes and stands upon, like you really don't know. So I really want my character to speak, even with potential clients. Or people just asking about, catering. A lot of people sometimes don't know, okay, if they're booking an event, I don't know what to do, such and such. If I can go ahead and share some wisdom, I will. So I just want my integrity and to stand, because I mean, if anything, that's going to speak volumes today, tomorrow, and maybe a year from now.
I would say today, tomorrow, a year from now, and to generations to come.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. On and on
Right.
and on.
Yes. Now, Crafted Culture Catering Company, you strive for excellent. You're a plant-based, vibrant food service, personalized service. Again, we learned you've been 7.5 years strong.
Right.
So, just the whole catering company, food thing, and integrity, it reminds me of Daniel and his friends, because I feel that they truly had integrity by refusing to bow down to worship the idol. So tell
Right.
me, or take me to a time where your integrity was tested. Like you actually was like, man, I'm not gonna go because I'm a man of God. So take me to that time.
Oh man. So I guess within being, an owner of a company, there's been times where I've had to turn down bookings that could have been lucrative financially, but because of what I believe in, I had to say no. Uh, there was a time where a client wanted me to do a like a resort type catering,
Mm-hmm.
and it was out of state, and it sounded really cool, and everything, but I guess the kind of activities that were going on was something that I really didn't
Oh,
believe in. So it was like, okay,
okay.
well, I had to decline. For
Mm-hmm.
me, like I want to be the hands and feet. Like I've been so privileged uh, to work in fine dining, to work in luxury train services, to work in medical facilities, universities, food trucks. Like I've been
Mm-hmm.
privileged to work in some of these great kitchens under some great tutelage. But for me, the most, like one of the best things that I've been privileged to do is work with the homeless. Like to
Wow.
work with the homeless. Like I worked at a treatment center where I was a chef. I had the privilege of purchasing the food, making the menu, serving the clients that were in the community. So it was a treatment center where they could go ahead and have 30 days of detox, and then come to our facility. This is in Riverside, and they would
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and be acclimated to going ahead and get classes, getting their disease, that'll be alcohol, drugs, whatever, under control, and going ahead and being in how to properly write resumes and things like that. But when they came to
Mm-hmm.
my kitchen, I told them the first day that they came to the kitchen, oh hey, Chef Cooper, we have a new resident here, such and such his name. He'll be eating breakfast and lunch. That's all I serve, breakfast and lunch, Monday through Saturday. I told him, hey, I want to speak with you afterwards, man or woman. Spoke with him after. I said, hey, I don't care what you did before you got here, but while
Yeah.
you're here, you're going to be treated properly. You're going to eat well, and we're going to have a
Oh,
good time. So if there's anything that you need from me, let me know. Because the thing is that, I mean, I found out in that culture, they are looked upon as less than.
mm-hmm.
And what I know about our God is that He loves hard. So for me,
Yeah.
it was no choice. It was like, okay, no brainer. Like you were homeless. You did drugs. Like you're here and you want to get better. So I'm going to go ahead and provide you something. Some of them never had asparagus. Some of them never had Brussels sprouts. Some of them never had fish cooked properly. So
Mm-hmm.
that was humbling. But a humbling thing was I went to school in Riverside, City College. The,
Mm-hmm.
the the facility I worked at was in Riverside. I saw some of my own classmates come through this program because they were on drugs and alcohol. Blew
Wow.
my mind. I never saw that side of the industry because a lot of
Yeah.
chefs, if you think about it, they're preparing with intricate hands. They're preparing lovely food. But what you don't think about is the stress in the kitchen, stress at home when they go in
Mm.
the back alley and they smoke and they try to go ahead and relieve the stress. It's a hard industry and cutthroat industry. So I know for myself, if I can go ahead and just give some light to the industry, I
Yeah.
think it's a job well done.
Awesome. And hence the name Crafted Culture. So how have you crafted that culture, making sure Christ is involved in every dish that you serve? Because I know based on the reviews, based on what you're saying and how you're sharing, that they're feeling the love of Christ. So how were you able to do that?
So quite honestly, some of my clients don't know that I'm a believer. Uh, I don't make it known to them as
Oh,
saying, "Hey, I'm a Christian chef." No, like I'm a Christian. I'm a
mm-hmm.
chef. This is what God has equipped me for, and that's it. But I want them to know, like He's different. Like, and they say it, like it's different. Like, I've gone through, even through the consultation process, where
Yeah.
I'm going ahead and doing it for free. I'm preparing a proposal, a menu for them. I'm making sure communication is displayed. I'm making sure that before you go ahead and exchange any kind of currency, which I want to earn the business quite naturally,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure that you're comfortable with me, with the language before anything, because your money is not what I'm after. The
Mm-hmm.
service is what I want to go ahead and give. So for me, I've seen that through clients who leave reviews or refer business, so they know, okay, there's something different about this guy. He's more attentive. He's more loving. He's going ahead and showcasing something that maybe I haven't seen in a while from other chefs or companies who are just like, here's the food, pay me such and such, peace out. Like, it's more than that. So for
Yeah.
me, I just want to go ahead and make sure that I'm showcasing. So on each client I have, I'm not trying to do all the talking. I want to listen to what God's telling me. Okay, God, how do I go ahead and treat this client? Okay, God, how do I go ahead and give them something that maybe they're not used to? Of course, the foods might be great, but the service and the way I communicate is more important than even the food sometimes.
Yeah. And that's excellent because I didn't find any, not that I was looking for anything bad, but I
Right.
didn't see any bad review about you. Like everyone was so blessed by your service. And then even to for you to share that you are a server. I was even talking to my sister and she said, yeah, he's a servant. Like that's your heart. And that's awesome because although you may not scream to the top of your lungs, I'm a Christian, by you
Right.
operating out of Christ's love, you're giving people pieces of who you are. So
Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope.
They'll know by the fruit. Yeah, they'll know by the fruit.
Right. Now, you are a man of God. You're a husband as well as a chef. Do you find
Yes.
it difficult to juggle everything?
Oh man. In the beginning, I did. Uh,
Hmm.
I'll on 10/10, I'll be married 5 years to my lovely
Yay!
wife Cassandra. Hey, babe. Uh,
Chapter 5.
she's been she's been a rock for sure, but she's been, when I want to go ahead and go to the moon, she's like, hey, wait a second, bring it back. Let's go ahead and look at
Yeah.
such and such and reel me back in, because I, you can have the biggest ideas you might want to take off, but you have to take steps to that. And I know God's preparing me to not just go ahead and have the largest catering company like that. That's not my goal.
Hmm.
My goal is to serve the community in any way that I can, those who are less fortunate and those who are fortunate.
Hmm.
But juggling it all, it was hard. I started the company off, I want to say 20, gosh, it might have been 2013, 2012, somewhere around there, 2012, 2013. So I started off and it was part time. It was part
Okay.
time for a majority of the time. Um, it wasn't until recently, 2016, that job that I had where I was a chef at a treatment center, and it was the
Hmm.
best job because I had full control, but I was able to go ahead and showcase the food that I want. As a chef, you want to be able to have a full range of what you can go ahead and do, with
Okay.
your creativity. Creativity, same as an artist, same with a poet, same as an author.
Hmm.
So you want to do that. So so yeah, so they closed. It's still running. They closed one of their facilities that was open. It was original for 21 years. It was open. They closed it down, and the owner said, "You know what? We're going to keep you. We're going to keep you. We're going to try to keep you. You did nothing wrong." One of the best things that you can do is know. One of the best feelings that I have is when someone comes to my kitchen, not to eat food, but check out. Is it clean? Are they making sure that the food is arranged properly? Meat on the bottom, produce at top. So when I was working that facility, the state would come. The state and the county, they do tests, annual tests. It came to a point, because I was there almost 5 years, that when they came, they knew, oh, Chef Cooper, he's okay. It's no problem. And when they came one time, the owner of these facilities came to check it out. They said, Ron, he's got everything under control. And for me, I was thinking like, wow, like that's awesome that he can hear that. That they know you don't have to worry about me, because when I came into that position, it was a chef there already. And it's crazy. It just came to me. He was a chef there already. He had worked in prisons and such, but he had got tired and he wasn't able to cook, and he'd sit down. He was just an older gentleman that maybe should get out the industry. And I came in and I turned it around, and it was great. And to get that kind of recognition,
Yeah.
was awesome. Was awesome. But yeah, I was part time, working in facilities or wherever, kitchens, and doing catering on the side until 2016. They closed down the facility. I immediately said, you know what, God, I'm gonna do catering full time
Yeah.
catering. This is me. I'm doing it. It was around this time, actually, October 2016. They closed
Wow.
it down. So for 3 months, and this is key, 3 months, I went ahead and I tried doing catering full time, and I tried getting bookings, and I call clients, and I go out and do open houses or bridal shows and things like that because weddings are big in catering.
Mm-hmm.
And I was humbled tremendously because when the 3 months were out, I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm not getting any kind of traffic, any bookings." And I
Mm.
felt God saying, "You know what? Like you need to go ahead and provide." So like, what I wanted my career to go in was catering, but I had to provide for my family. My wife is becoming a teacher, and we have bills to pay. So I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'll work at Stater Brothers. It doesn't matter."
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and do that. But within that time frame of 2016, 2017, like we never missed a bill. We never missed anything. Like God provided a way. Like we may not have been where we wanted to be, but we were at where we needed to be. So it was awesome. So I take that back to 20, we're in 2020, 2017, 2018. I say, you know what? Uh, I started looking for more work because I was working at a facility, and then I stopped working there in 2017, 2018. And
Mm-hmm.
for, oh man, I want to say maybe 9 months, I worked at 3 jobs, and they were okay jobs. And I haven't told a lot of people this. For one, it was somewhat embarrassing, but then at the same time, it's my testimony, so I know it could help one person. So,
Yeah.
so for it was to the T, 3 months. You know, you have 9 day period. I went ahead and worked at these jobs and never made it out the 90-day probation. And it was humbling because I came to a point where I was thinking I fell down 3, 4 jobs at a time, part time or whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
why can't I have no problem getting work? So it came to a point where the last place I worked at was in Chino Hill, and I didn't pass the 90 days. I came to this job with the mindset thinking I'll do whatever they want. I'm not putting any of my opinions on. I'll do the minimal work, whatever. I don't want to go ahead and I'll just do what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Mhm.
I did that, and they brought me into the 90-day probation here, and they said, you know what? We wanted more from you. We wanted you to go ahead and share your ideas. We want you to go ahead and give us more input. And I was just thinking, like, to myself, like, I laughed, and they said, we're going to have to let you go. And I said, okay, all right, I understand. And left them with nothing but good things to say about the company, and I just left. Walked to the parking lot. God, is it time? He said, it's time. Okay. Since then, 2018 to now, full-time catering, never missed a bill. We have, we're looking to buy a house next. Things are really turning around. And I know that when I said I thought I was ready for schooling in the beginning and they let me go for that month period, the same thing happened with catering. I wasn't ready. I wasn't giving what I needed to give. I thought I was, but I wasn't. So when I was humbled, God showed me a way, and oh my gosh, it's been great. It's been great since now. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, even during this pandemic, the last 6 months, 5 months out of the 6 months, we've been steadily busy with events. So all praise to God for that.
Definitely. And that, oh man, I'm just encouraged myself by your story. What would you say? Because you talked a lot about how God did this, how God said it was time, how
Hmm.
you went through that 3 months of not making the probation. What would you say if someone's in your exact shoes and situation right now? How would you encourage them?
I, if someone was in my shoes, I would tell them you need to be patient. You need to be patient.
Mm,
Even when you're ready, you feel you're ready. You need to be patient, but you need to go ahead and have a vision as well. When I started, I thought I had a vision. I thought I was ready. No, I was just like, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and that didn't work. That didn't work clearly. So having a vision, writing that vision down, making it plain, taking it to up until God, like you're telling him what you want, and that's what I was doing. But I need to listen more. I need to let him ask me. I need to be in a
mm,
place ready because even too, with like even too, I think it comes to a point of like even being like having obedience. You know,
Yeah.
like having obedience. Like at its root, like obedience is sometimes like a trust issue. Obedience is evidence that you trust God. If you don't trust God, you will struggle and obey Him, and it's going to be all bad. Uh, but a lack of trust is a lack of wisdom, and wisdom is what we will make a way for you. So for me, I
Yeah.
had to be obedient. I had to be patient. I had to let him love me. I had to let him mold and shape me, because quite naturally, like, this is not for me. Like, it's unto
Hmm.
him. So like I had to make sure that, and I think people see that. They see that.
Definitely. Now, when did you come to Christ? What age were you?
Oh boy. Uh, I mean, my grandfather was a pastor for 50 years. He
Wow.
passed away 4 days before I was born. I was born. My grandmother took me under her wing, Ellen Lucille. Grew up with my dad. Grew up in the church. Grew up in the church. I remember walking up to the church at a young age, like 8, but
Hmm.
nothing like really transformational. Nothing like it was like I didn't really understand it. But I came to Christ 20, 2006 on MySpace.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh, MySpace. I was on MySpace and I remember it so clearly. Like, MySpace, I was, I'm the kind of person, like, like others, I'm sure, love music. Love music. I'm the kind of person that went through when they had papers, Circuit Cities, Best Buy, Target. Okay, where can I get the best CD, best price on Tuesday? Like, I'm looking for that. So I was on MySpace, and right before Snoop Dogg, Blue Carpet Treatment, The Game, such and such. I went ahead and was looking on MySpace and came across this TBN video with a urban looking gentleman with a shirt that said spit on it. And I was like, huh, that's a different. All right. So I said, and I saw Kirk Franklin. Everybody knows Kirk. So I saw
Yeah.
Kirk Franklin, and I was like, okay, let me just see what this is about. And the guy came out. They said he was going to college for Jewish studies. He was a major biblical theology and things like that. And I was like, he looks like somebody within my circle that
Yeah.
in my crew, whatnot. And but I've never heard of him. And he did this song a cappella, and I don't know how I remember it, but I'll give you a short verse. Okay,
Oh,
so he go. I'm homesick. This body is a tent. Heaven's where home is. I guess it's safe to say that God's people are homeless. And just as fast as a fugitive runs, our money is tied up in mutual funds. Cats be like, you got unusual ones. That's because of riches we got saved in the funeral, son. Number one, Christ had to rip the veil because it was bad blood. It's like sickle cell anemia. The media keeps feeding us lies, and the media even like medium fries. Whoa. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Lord.
Christian? And it was the truth, and it
Yes.
blew my mind. The next week I went to a store where my dad took me many times as a kid, when it was open, family Christian bookstore. Bought a
Okay.
$18 CD, The Faith, and that was it. Like, that was it. Friend invited me to church, a church I've always heard of. Started going, friends started going with me, and they stopped going, and I just been building since, and God's been grooming me since. So 2006. Yeah.
Wow. And then shout out to Truth. Shout
The
out to
truth
Truth
on duty.
Franklin.
Yeah,
That is
man.
awesome.
That was
I love
wild.
God is so intentional. Even when it was hard for you within those 3 months, God
Hmm.
still was pruning you and guiding you and girding you up for such a time as this. And what I
Such a
keep
time.
thinking is like he is so well pleased with your service because what you're serving other people. And before you're a leader, you have to serve and you're serving with no issues.
Yeah, yeah. And the universal logo for hospitality
Hmm.
is, how you probably can't see it, but it's a pineapple. So a pineapple, like on
Oh
my
yeah.
rap, a pineapple is the nationwide, worldwide for hospitality. So when you see that, you should have service. It should be, you similar to the scriptures, taste and see the Lord is good. So like when you look at hospitality, okay, should give you a service. You see it. you've tasted and you're feeling like you've been served in such a manner.
Yes. And I love Jessica reminded me of the awesome tacos that we had. She reminded me of the
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Yeah,
I
yeah.
had
It's been a
Mexican food. She was like, "Yeah, remember them tacos? I will never forget.
oh
I would
man,
get the
yeah.
glorious bite of every second of the ratatouille in my mouth. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh man, yeah. It's been a journey too. Even over the last 3 years, like when you go to culinary academy, you learn the basics. That's what they're going to teach you. They're not going to teach you everything. There's other classes for that, but the basics. So they taught us how to cook with butter, cook with bacon, cook with things that taste oh so good. But I had a
Yes.
transformation in 2017 to where plant-based came more apparent. So we're a forward plant-based company. Does that mean we serve everything plant-based? No, we serve what the client wants. But I've seen over the last 3 years that most of our clients that come, they want either both or they want to have just plant-based.
Yeah.
My last 4 clients in the last week, let it be a wedding, let it be a private dinner, have all been plant-based, and it's great because for me, like the community, not the church in a sense, but like the urban community, like I feel that we're uneducated and it's not all our fault. We just don't
Mhm.
know. No one's
Right.
in there to show. So for me, I want to go ahead and showcase, hey, you know what? You eat your chicken, you eat your pork chops. Hey, I'm not here to say it's bad. You know what I am here to say though? Maybe you might want to eat less. You might not have, hypertension, blood pressure. I mean, it's
Right.
prevalent within our community. So like plant based is becoming more easier, and some people say, "Oh man, plant based is so expensive." Well, you know what? It's really not. I mean, a bag of potatoes, bag of rice, legumes, beans. I
Mhm.
mean, vegetables. It's not the difference of it, and I just break it down. So, like, let me ask you: do you know the difference between vegan, vegetarian, plant based?
No, I know
Okay.
Jessica's vegan. Her
She's
friend
yes,
is
she is.
vegetarian.
So it's different. So it's different. So there are layers of this, right?
Yeah.
So like vegetarian is okay. I don't eat meat, but I will have cheese, which is dairy. But I don't eat meat. Cool, no problem. Pescatarian, I eat fish, sometimes cheese. Cool. Vegan, I don't eat meat. I don't eat any meat byproducts. I don't have dairy. Cool, but I will have Oreos. I will have, vegan donuts, which are fine in a sense in moderation, but it's not the healthiest. But plant-based, whole food plant-based, some people say diet, some people say lifestyle. I think of it as a cuisine. So like Thai food or whatnot, you can have plant-based, and you don't have to be vegan or plant-based to eat it or benefit from it. So plant-based is something like, okay, I don't want noodles this week. From wheat durum, I want zucchini noodles. Okay, I don't want to have a meat burger. I want to have a mushroom burger or such and such.
Okay.
Made to be like plant-based. Like there are plant-based burgers out there. There are ice creams. There are cheeses. It's so many benefits, and it might be another interview for that because I don't want to go into it, but it's a rabbit hole for real. But
Mm-hmm.
the benefits from it. So I'm just here to go ahead and be a plant-based influencer for the urban society. So if there's
Yeah.
something that you're not sure of, even if I can't make it for you, you have a question, contact me. Contact me and ask questions because the more you know, the more you'll be able to actually properly assess what you're putting in your body. Because, I
Right.
mean, as a chef, we have such a privilege to so many different types of foods, and we have such a responsibility. Uh, I tell people there's a reason you pray over your food when you go to a restaurant, because if you saw what I saw, you may not go to a restaurant. It,
Oh.
it's it
Oh.
honest to God. Because you have people who will make food with no gloves. Cool. In this COVID society, not my food. See you
Okay.
later. Not today. Yeah, not today. So then you take it in consideration. So like for me, my background, I spent 10 years in the medical industry. in radiology in the hospital. So like cleanliness before I touch, like it's in my mind. I'm not going to touch food with my hand knowing that I just touch a doorknob or touch my phone and serve it to you. I'm not going to do that. You're going to have a
Yeah.
responsibility with the food that comes from Krafted Culture. But going back to plant-based, it's a beneficial thing. I went plant-based eating 2017 till now. First
Wow.
4 months, you're going to lose weight. That's great, losing weight. But I'd rather be healthy on the inside, and
Exactly.
that's what happened. So like, do I still cook non-plant based? Yeah, the client wants it, sure, but the client's going
Mhm.
to want something plant based, and I'm able to showcase it and give it to them. You know, I had an event this past weekend, a wedding event. They were using Twitch to stream it. 25 people, very small. They wanted the whole thing plant based. Everybody ain't plant based, but I tell you
Mhm.
what, when they came and got the herb roasted potatoes and the vegan barbecue chicken and the cheesy polenta and the vegan enchiladas, they had no complaints. They came back for seconds and they
Wow.
told us this is good. I don't eat vegan, but this is good. This is good, and I don't eat vegan is the best compliment for myself that I could get for not, you know, serving them meat. And it's great. It's great. It's a great opportunity.
Yes, that's oh, taste and see, like right.
Taste and see. Yeah, it's great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Even myself, like I'm on the fence of vegan and vegetarian because
hmm
I just, ever since me was younger, I've never been a meat eater. I love
Right.
beans, and that I don't know
Mm,
why. So,
mm.
but I'm
Tonight's
vegan.
chili night here. Okay. Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love just your story and your background. When did you realize this was a gift?
I think I realized it probably about 4 years ago. I mean, as a young kid, you know, like my grandmother, Ellen Lucille, God rest her soul, she'd show me, she'd feed me foods. They
Mhm.
weren't the best for me. She was used to using, you know, the Crisco can. You know,
Mhm.
she was used to that. But then I saw, you know, my dad, and he would show me different. He would just sometimes throw things together, and like the creativity for me was like, well, we have ramen. We don't have a lot of money. We have veggies and we have chicken. Okay, we're doing a stir fry. Okay, cool. So like seeing my dad do that, those things with limited ingredients, I tried, and I thought it was just a hobby at first. But when I was in the industry and seeing it, like I feel I have a gift for this. Like this is a talent that was given, so I'm not gonna waste it. Now it was about maybe
Mhm.
about 4 years ago when I was let go from when I actually no, I was at the facility right before I was let go. It was a humbling experience because I felt that I can make it a career and not just a side part-time job,
Yeah.
which is great. Yeah, which is great because the thing for me is I wanted to, I wanted to be, I wanted to have more of a entrepreneur. So like right now I have Crafted Culture. I'm also the owner of a company called Humble Cooks, which if you're a home cook, you're a professional cook, if you're a foodie, like if you want to show let your character and what you do showcase more than me just saying, hey, look at the food I made. This is great. Look
Mhm.
at me. Like you're a humble cook. And the response from that has been great with chefs going ahead and coming on and being ambassadors, and that's great. I want to go ahead and lead into serving the homeless. There's different regulations nowadays where you can in certain counties. So I really want to do that. But then also too, some people, maybe yourself or your followers, well, I can make my own food, but I don't really know how to make this. So we're doing, we have plant-based vacuum sealed meats that we're selling now. To where
Wow.
if you want something that tastes like chicken, we have chicken. If you want it naked or seasoned or sauce, we can do that. If you want something that is more up to your speed of like beef or things like that, like we have those packaged meats you can buy on our website, because some people just need that main ingredient and they can make everything themselves. So doing that and being more entrepreneurial is something that I feel, since knowing I have the gift, to use it and be responsible with it too.
Right, and I love how earlier you had touched on like writing the vision and making that plain, but also being that vessel in your community. And I love that you're not like some people, they get this high status, and they be like, forget where I came from. You're like,
Yeah,
no. People perish for the lack of knowledge, but you're like, you know what, this is crafted culture. We're gonna craft some knowledge and wisdom and share
man,
with the people, and that's
man,
fun.
man. It is. It is. The year after I was let go, I was privileged to go ahead and cater a known actor, a small like graduation. Catered
Mhm.
that. I don't know how they found me. Yelp, Hollywood. I took it down there. Cool, no problem. Because we're based in the IE. 4 months, 4 or 5 months later, they contact me and say, "Hey, we're doing a show. We're doing a show. Want to know if you want to go ahead and be the caterer for this episode. It's our anniversary on
Wow.
Bravo." So I said, "Oh wow, let's talk. Talk to the producer, such and such." It was for a show. I can say it. The show was called. Oh, really? Now I forget the name of the show. Okay, Married to Medicine LA. That's what it was. Married to Medicine LA. Did the first
Wow.
show. It was great. Um, for myself, I'm used to being in the back. I'm not an actor. I'm not used to anything. Hey, give energy, such and such. So they showcase some of the things that we did. They showcase our banner. They showcase me, and it was great. I thought I needed to make a IMBD page. I thought I was on my way. I was like, okay, I'm in Hollywood now. No, I'm not in Hollywood. No, that's okay. The guy reeled me back. Said, "Come on now, come on." So I did that, and it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, I just want to serve the community. People say, "Well, you want to have a restaurant?" Eventually, maybe, a restaurant like how they're doing now when they're serving people outside. Like that's the kind of restaurant I want. Small
Hmm.
place. They can come to the window. They can go to the drive-through, things like that. But right now, I just want to serve the community. That's it.
Yeah, and that's bomb. Like
Yeah.
your heart, love the humbleness. Like that's award winning right there. Now that's Hollywood, for real.
The winner is. And serve the church. Like I want to serve the ministry. Like if there's a ministry out there who is
Mhm.
having an event or is looking for a caterer in the future, or you're having an outreach, like I really love serving with ministries. Paid events are always great. Okay, let me say that
Okay,
paid gigs are always great.
put that out there.
But yeah, I love serving in ministry. So like if there's a ministry out there, um, please feel free to contact us, craftedculture.com.
Oh, and what other ways can people contact you?
Yeah, sure. So they can contact us through, of course, craftedculture.com, crafted with a K, culture.com. They can contact us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at the handle of at Crafted Culture Caters, because a lot of people, when we first started, asked, well, what do you do? Well, we cater. Okay, let me put it plain. Crafted Culture
Yeah.
Caters. And then we're just starting a YouTube page just to showcase what kind of work we do and what we can offer
Okay.
people. That's also a Crafted Culture Caters. So yeah, you can contact us there if you want to go ahead and leave us an email. If you're curious about a quote, you can go ahead and contact us as well, or Google Crafted Culture Catering, Yelp Crafted Culture Catering.
Awesome. And you guys
Yeah.
definitely drive, get his food, especially the tacos. I gotta taste some more stuff, but I'm loving the tacos.
Thank you. We have party packs now. We got taco party packs. We have
Yeah.
vegan barbecue party packs, burrito party packs. So if you have a party, you say, hey, you know what? I don't want you coming to my house. I just need the food. No
Hmm.
problem. We can deliver. We deliver right now, even though it's still COVID out
Hmm.
there. Like I feel like things are coming back to normal as far as people going outside, even with masks. So we're delivering up to 45 miles from our upland kitchen. So if you want to pick
Oh,
something up, we have weekly specials on TGIF Fridays. We take
okay.
orders 48 hours before. So let's say, hey, chef, I looked at your menu. I want to go ahead and order something. You can order online, or you can contact
Hmm.
us through Messenger or things like that. We have various ways you can pay for it, but uh, we have options. We have options. Yeah.
Perfect. Because he has options. You guys definitely taste this delicate cuisine. Delicate.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Now we're coming to a close, bro, but I want you to present God as a gift for someone who they are encouraged by your story, but they've never heard about God. And they're like, man, this guy is different, like you said, other people notice. So how would you present God as a gift to someone?
Uh, to know God is to know love. I would say that.
Mhm.
A lot of times you may feel that you aren't worthy. I've been a believer since giving my life fully 2006, 27. So what, 13 years or so? And there have been times within that time where I felt I am not worthy. I am wretched. I am sinful. I cannot be trusted. But God, I feel he always has his hands out. His hands never close. He never says, nope, sorry, get away from me. He's always inviting. So I would tell someone, God is love. If you think that your parents love you more, God loves you more. If you think your loved one loves you more, God loves you extremely more than anybody can. And he takes you as you are, and he will show you things about yourself. He will present things to you that you never even imagined. Let it be today, tomorrow, and it won't be today, tomorrow. It's going to be ongoing. He's going to continue to reveal himself to you as you draw
Yeah.
close to him. So for me, even having my own business, I feel or felt sometimes like God, business. Okay, God's business. I have to get this done. God, I have orders to fulfill. God's like, hey, you know what? And he always lets me know when I feel I need time with God. Like the business can wait. I need time with God. So to have that love and that Father with you, to equip you and have the Holy Spirit show you exactly how to live, like it's amazing. The scriptures show. So I would say God is love, and you can only really I felt you can only really go as far as the community and the people you have around you. So if you have a circle of people who are going to keep you in check, who are going to love you and tell you when you're right and when you're wrong,
Hmm.
those are the kind of people you want. If those people are drawing themselves to the Lord, those are the right people you want. You
Right.
want the right people to have. So
Yes.
for me, I would say God is love, and he loves you so much. Um, he loves us. Oh, how
Yeah.
he loves us.
And that's such a lovely gift to have, the love of Christ. For him laying his life on the line for us who he loved and did not know.
Mm-mm.
Never,
Mm-mm.
well, he's seen it, but not seen us. But
Right.
that he knew, like he said, Yvonne and Coop's wife and Jessica, like, I love them. And I love how you said, if you think your parents love you, like, Jesus, God loves you way more. And it's so easy to be a part of his family. All you have to do is believe in your heart and confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and you're saved, and all of heaven throws a party because they're excited because you're now adopted to our family. Does it
Right.
get easy? Sometimes. Does it
Right.
get hard? Sometimes. But Jesus is still Lord, and he loves you, and he will never leave you. He'll never forsake you, and he'll always
Never.
show you. Like you said, it's continuous.
Never ever. Never ever forsake you.
Yes. So I love that, and I've loved in having you for the time that we had
Oh,
you.
it's been a joy.
Yes. Now, would you like to share any final remarks before we close today?
I would share. So I'm a proud man of God, believer, husband. Uh, I truly, truly, truly love what I do as a black chef. And in this culture that we're in right now, um, we need some kind of hope. And I fully believe that the hope is our Father, the Lord Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. So for me, I would say if anyone who is perhaps maybe thinking of making a career change or maybe not sure about culinary, I've had people in the past go ahead and ask questions. Contact me, find out. Like, the mistakes that I've made in my past,
Hmm.
they're not just in my past. Like I carry them with me, so you know what, not doing that again. Okay, not doing it. I want to make sure that I'm not only not making those mistakes, but then also helping other people because I've had
Yes.
people come up and say, I want to start my own business. Okay, cool. This is what you need. Such, 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 such. Well, don't eat this. No, you don't eat that. Who told you that? Oh, I heard it along the way. I'm trying to tell you. It's all you
Yeah.
need. So yeah,
Wake
so yeah,
up.
that's it. So yeah, so and if you are, like I said, if you are looking for a quality caterer, do your research. Do I think that our company is the best out there? I think we're one of the best. I'm not saying we are the best, but I think we strive to be one of the best. Do your research. Find out if you're looking for a catering event or a chef, find out the references. Look at the reviews. Look at the page. Look at the photos. Look at the videos. Ask around. And if you feel that they may be the one you might want to book, contact them. You can contact us at 909 6485 643 or you can go ahead and craftedculture.com. But yeah, this has been a joy, and I've seen just about, I think I'm almost caught up. I got to binge a little more. I've seen almost all your interviews. Okay, so I've done my research on you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and I've enjoyed it thus far. Uh,
Thank you,
the
bro.
style that you have, and your intention, not speaking over your guests and letting them speak and them sharing. It's almost like you're just having a conversation with these people. It's not so strict, and I truly pray and hope that it just goes and exceeds anything that you can fathom.
Oh, and I receive that. Thank you, Jesus. And thank
Hey,
you, Coop the chef.
thank you, Yvonne.
Joy. So thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank you so much. Thank